This quick video will finish setup for the game Supply Chain, the card game. In the previous video we sorted the deck and gave each player their starting items. This video sets up the decks and the listed properties and explains the listing agent's role. You have shuffled your deck either full or short, and it's the deck that you are playing with. The deck sits in front of player 1, who is also the listing agent. The top 6 cards are revealed. These 6 are the listed property cards and may be purchased by the players. When a property card comes off the top of the deck and is listed, the bottom of the listed card needs to be closest to the deck or facing the deck. Purchased listing cards are immediately replaced from the top of the deck when purchased. Behind the deck we place the minor decks that can be purchased from. Contracts, vehicles, offices. Within a few rounds, a 4th minor deck will show up, the stale sale deck. This is made up of cards that were listed for 4 rounds but did not sell. Here's how you keep track of listed cards going stale. The bottom of each listed property card faces the deck. Before the listing agent's turn, except for the agent's very first turn, the listing agent will tap each card. Tap meaning giving the card a clockwise quarter turn. After a few rounds, some cards will be making their 4th and final tap or turn so that their bottom is again pointing to the deck. When this happens, the property is stale and is moved to a separate deck called the stale sale deck. The cards in the stale sale deck are half price. Prices in the game are always rounded up to the nearest $50 increment. So if a property's price is $250, half price would be $125, which is rounded up to $150. Let's see a demonstration of a few rounds of a 3-player game. Round 1. Player 1 buys a vehicle and a contract. Player 2 buys a listed property and a contract. Player 3 buys a contract and places a special office off screen. The round ends, so player 1 taps each listed card. Of course, if player 1 is busy reorganizing his cards or something, another player can tap all of them for him. Round 2. Player 1 buys a contract and does a placement off screen. Player 2 buys a vehicle and a contract. Player 3 buys a contract and a listed property. The round ends and the listed cards are tapped. Round 3. Player 1 buys a listed property and a contract. Player 2 buys a listed property and makes a blind purchase. Player 3 buys an office and collects revenue off screen. The listed cards are tapped. Round 4. Player 1 does a reorganization and collects revenue off screen. Player 2 buys a contract and also collects revenue off screen. Player 3 buys a listed property and a contract. The listed cards are tapped. Now 2 of the cards are making their 4th tap, and the bottom is facing the deck. This means that these properties are stale, as they have been listed for 4 rounds and not purchased. So these cards will start the stale sale pile. Players can purchase from this new stale sale deck at half price. Round 5. More purchases and actions off screen are made. At the end of the round, all the listed property cards are tapped, and another property has rotated all the way around and goes into the stale sale pile. This concludes setup, and you are ready to begin play of the supply chain, the card game.